My sister framed me, cried to my parents, and got me thrown out barefoot. At 15 weeks later, she bragged about it, and Mom overheard everything. I was 15 years old, standing barefoot on my front lawn, when my dad slammed the door in my face. Inside, my sister was crying. My parents believed every word she said. Weeks later, she laughed about it. She bragged that she planted the money. She thought no one was listening, but my mom was. And that's when everything exploded. If you've ever been blamed for something you didn't do, if you've ever watched someone lie about you and get away with it, this one is going to hit hard. So hit that like button, subscribe, and buckle up for one of the most satisfying truth exposure stories you'll ever hear. I learned pretty early in life that love in my house came with conditions. Respect wasn't mutual, it flowed one direction, upward. My dad demanded it constantly. My mom backed him up quietly. And my younger sister, Becca, she was untouchable. If she forgot homework, she was overwhelmed. If she snapped at someone, she was stressed. If I so much as rolled my eyes, I was headed down a bad path. It felt like I was on trial in my own home, and the verdict was always guilty. Then came the night that destroyed everything. I was in my room when I heard my dad shout my name. Not a normal call, the kind that makes your stomach drop before you even stand up. I walked into the living room and saw Becca on the couch, crying into my mom's shoulder. Mascara streaked down her face, or she wouldn't even look at me. "What's going on?" I asked. My dad stepped forward. "Your sister had money saved in her drawer. It's gone." I blinked. "Okay. And?" "She says you took it." The air left my lungs. "What? I didn't." "Don't lie to me," he snapped. Within seconds, they were tearing through my room. Drawers dumped out, mattress flipped, my chest was pounding so hard it hurt. Then my dad reached under my pillow and pulled out a wad of crumpled bills. I just stared at it. I knew I didn't put it there, but seeing it in his hand made me question reality for half a second. "I didn't put that there," I said, my voice shaking. Becca started sobbing louder. "I can't believe you'd steal from me," she cried. That was it. That was the trial. No questions, no listening, just a sentence. My dad grabbed me by the collar. "You will not steal in my house?" I kept saying I didn't do it, over and over, but the more I spoke, the angrier he got. Like my defense was an insult. 5 minutes later, I was being shoved toward the front door. No shoes, no phone. He threw a trash bag of clothes at me. Then the door slammed, and the lock clicked. I stood there barefoot on the cold concrete, staring at the house I grew up in. It felt like I had just been deleted. The first night, I slept behind a grocery store. The pavement was still warm from the day, but the air wasn't. I curled up against the wall, clutching that trash bag like it was the only proof I existed. I didn't cry. I just felt numb. At school, it was worse. Becca had already told everyone. I could feel the whispers following me down the hallway. "That's him. He stole from his own sister. His parents kicked him out." Teachers looked at me differently. Tight smiles, watchful eyes. The guidance counselor suggested anger management resources. Anger? I wasn't angry. I was hollow. I tried crashing at friends' houses, but once their parents heard the story, things got awkward fast. No one wants the problem kid sleeping on their couch. So I drifted. Gas stations, park benches, under awnings when it rained. Hunger became normal. So did the constant knot in my stomach. Then one afternoon, Becca found me. I was sitting on a curb, eating half a stale sandwich someone had given me. She stood in front of me, arms crossed. For a second, I thought, maybe she feels bad. Maybe she's here to fix this. She smirked. "You look terrible," she said. I clenched my jaw. "What do you want?" She leaned down slightly. "I just wanted you to know I put the money there." Everything inside me went quiet. "What?" "I planted it under your pillow," she said casually. It was so easy. Dad didn't even question it. My hands started shaking. "Why?" I asked. She shrugged. "You're always in the way. Mom and Dad only have so much attention. It's easier without you." Easier without you. That's when I understood. She didn't just want me in trouble. She wanted me gone. And she walked away like she'd just told me the weather. Yeah, weeks passed. I stopped waiting for someone to save me. One night, I realized something. If I didn't fight for myself, no one would. So I walked back to the house. The porch light flicked on as I stepped up. My heart was pounding, but it wasn't fear anymore. It was resolve. I knocked. My dad opened the door. His face hardened instantly. "You've got nerve showing up here." "I didn't steal anything," I said. "Well, we already dealt with this." "No," I said louder. "You decided. You didn't listen." Becca appeared in the hallway. I looked straight at her. "You told me you planted it." She let out a sharp laugh. He's delusional." My dad stepped toward me, trying to physically shut me down. "You're not going to disrespect me in my house." "I'm not leaving until you hear me." He grabbed a glass from the counter and hurled it, not at me, but close enough. It shattered against the wall. A shard sliced across my cheek. And that's when Becca snapped. "Oh my God, I already told you I put the money there. What more do you want?" Silence, not the tense kind, the heavy kind. I turned slowly. My mom was standing in the kitchen doorway. She had heard everything. Becca froze. I didn't mean, you said you put the money there," my mom said, her voice shaking. For the first time in my life, I saw doubt in my dad's eyes. My mom looked at me, really looked at me. The dirt on my clothes, the weight I'd lost, the cut on my face. Her hand flew to her mouth. "Oh my God," Becca tried to backpedal. "It was just a joke." "A joke," I whispered. Weeks on the street, hunger, humiliation. "A joke," my mom's voice broke. "We threw him out." My dad just stood there staring at the floor, and Becca's perfect golden child mask, gone. I didn't scream, I didn't gloat, I didn't need to. The truth had detonated on its own. Becca started crying again, but this time no one moved to comfort her. My dad looked smaller somehow, like certainty had been ripped out from under him. My mom walked toward me slowly and touched the cut on my cheek. "I'm so sorry," she whispered. And that was the moment that hit the hardest, because for weeks I wondered if I mattered at all. Now they knew what they'd done. They couldn't unknow it. Becca opened her mouth again, but my dad cut her off. "Enough!" Not to me, to her. For the first time, I wasn't the scapegoat. I was the proof. Proof that favoritism blinds people, proof that lies collapse, proof that even the golden child can fall. I walked back into that house not as the kid they threw away, but as someone who survived them. Sometimes revenge isn't about destroying someone. Sometimes it's about surviving long enough for the truth to surface. I didn't need to scheme. I just needed the lie to crack. And when it did, everything changed. If the story hit you in the gut, smash that like button and tell me in the comments, have you ever been blamed for something you didn't do? Did the truth ever come out? Subscribe for more intense Reddit revenge stories just like this, because trust me, the next one is even crazier.